Welcome! In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Lumary Smart UFO LED High Bay Light. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So if we look on the side here, it says 150 watt, 22,000 lumen. Color temperature is from 2700 Kelvin to 6500 Kelvin. Has IP65 waterproof rating. We have more specs listed on the back. CRI is 80 plus, beam angle is 90 degrees, rated life is 25,000 hours. So let's get this opened up. So this has a remote control, manual, let's take a look at it. So this comes with a light, a hook, and the Bluetooth module. So the power line on this is 5.9 feet. It can be wired directly or plugged in. Once it's hooked up to a module, you can control the equipment using the mobile app. If the Bluetooth module gets damaged or lost, you can still use it at full capacity, which is 6500 Kelvin, 100% intensity. Here we have installation instructions. This talks about the illumination based on height. This talks about installing it. Here's the application connection. The app is called Lumary. It's available on Apple and Android. It says if you wish to control the device remotely, a gateway needs to be accessed. And then we have some troubleshooting. This also has group control. Here's the remote control, how to bind it to the remote control, and FAQ. So I also have this Lumary, Zigbee, and BLE, that's Bluetooth Low Energy Mesh Mini Hub. So that will allow me to control this with smart home equipment like ALEXA, Google, and Siri. So let's get this out. So here's the Bluetooth module with the light and the hanger. It's kind of taped to the side here. Let me uncut that. So let's take a look at the light. So here you can see the face of the light. The shell is metal, it has a heat sink on the outside, and these are called UFO lights because they sort of look like a UFO. Pull the cord out here. We'll get the remote. Takes two AAA batteries. I'll get those installed. And here's the hanger. It has a screw in here, so if you were to put that on a hook or a chain, you can screw this in so it can't accidentally come off. There's also a screw in here, so this will screw into the top of the light. So let's do that. So this set screw is sticking out into the threads. I'll back that off. Now I'm noting the orientation of the flats on here. So I'll screw this in. So I tighten it this way. If I back it up just a little bit, the flat will be against this. So now I'll tighten this screw down. And now that won't unscrew. Of course I can also unscrew this when I'm ready to hang it. So now let's install the module. So I'm going to unscrew this in the middle. I'm using a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Screwdriver is probably the better tool there. I'll get this out of the package. There's a little protector on these pins. When I screw it in, it will make contact with these copper rings. Let me plug this in real quick without the module. So I'm going to turn this away from me. I'll plug this into a power strip. I'm going to turn the power strip off. I'll turn it on. And there, that's at full brightness. This would be 6500 Kelvin. So let's take this back out. We'll carefully screw this module in. Okay, now we'll plug it back in, turn it on. It turned on automatically. Next, we need to connect the light to the app. So I'm going to search for Lumary in the App Store. I'll download the app. It says it would like to send notifications. I'll allow. I'll agree to the agreement. It says log in or sign up, so I'll sign up. I'll agree to the policy. I would like to connect to devices on my network. I'll say allow. I'll go to the app. It wants Bluetooth permissions. I'll hit continue. I'll allow Bluetooth. I'll plug in the light. I'll power it on. This is very bright. I'll point it away from me. So now it's what they call breathing, so it's going up and down. I'll hit plus in the app. I'll say add device. It wants location permissions. I'll hit continue. It uses those to find the device. It found the light. I'll hit add. I'll say done. And now we can switch the light on or off with the app. We can change the color temperature. So we have a cooler temperature, we have white, and we have warm. There are also presets above the slider. If we scroll down, we have the brightness slider. So you can dim this from 1% to 100%. So I'll turn that off. Now let's pair the remote. It says the device needs to be connected to the app. Turn the switch off once and wait until the green indicator light on the module went out. Then turn the switch back on. Within 30 seconds, the light in the remote control will enter pairing mode. Press and hold the pair button on the remote for 1 second to initiate pairing. So on the previous page in the guide, it says press and hold the reset button for 5 seconds to initiate pairing mode. So I'll do that. I'll turn the light on. And I'll hit pair. So now the remote works with the light. So we can go up or down with the dimness. We can change the color temperature. So this has different sets of LEDs for the warm and cool color temperature. And then we have some presets here. We have 3500K, 5000K, 10%, 50%, and 100%. Now if we hit pair, that will take it down to 50% and 4100K color temperature. Of course, then we can press off to turn it off. So according to the Amazon description, you can control 200 lights at the same time. So if you have a warehouse, a gym, large area with lots of lights, you just have to plug these in, and then you can use the app and the remote for the control system. So if we want to connect this to the internet, we can use the hub. So let's go through that. Here's the hub. At the bottom of the box, we have power. So it has a USB power supply. And the rating on that is 5 volts at 1 amp. And we have a USB cord. So I'll plug that in. And I'll look at the instruction manual here. It says, note, long press the reset button and wait for the indicator light to flash quickly, indicating that the smart hub will be restored to factory defaults. So here we have the different parts of the hub. And we have the specs. So this uses Zigbee 3.0 and Bluetooth Low Energy 5.0. So you want to install the app, which we've already done. It says make sure your phone is connected to a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. This talks about connecting the gateway to the app. So I'll go back to the home page, I'll hit plus, I'll hit add device, I'll plug the device in, and it's searching for it. So it found the device, I'll hit add, I'll enter in my Wi-Fi credentials, I'll hit next. Device was added, I'll hit done. So now we have the Bluetooth device list and the Zigbee device list. I'll hit add devices. I'll say associate Bluetooth devices. I'll associate the light. I'll hit confirm. It says add to existing gateway. You can control the device remotely with more functionality. I'll tap immediately to join. It's going to add the device. I'll hit finish. So now I can tap on the device and we can control it here. So since it's going through the hub now, we can control this remotely. So I'm back at the home screen. Let's go to me. I'll tap on ALEXA. Before I do that, I'm going to go and rename the light. I'll hit the pencil at the top. I'll rename this UFO light. I'll go back to the Amazon ALEXA. I'll say sign in with Amazon. It says link Lumary with ALEXA. I'll say link. It's linking. Okay, so it's linked now. So I'm going to blank out when I say ALEXA so I don't trigger people's devices. Turn on the UFO light. So it turned the light on. Turn the UFO light to 1%. Turn the UFO light to warm color temperature. Turn the UFO light to cool color temperature. Turn the UFO light to 100%. Turn the UFO light off after 3 seconds.
Okay, I'll turn off the UFO light in 3 seconds.
So as you can see, you can control this with your smart home assistant. So now I'll go get this installed in my garage and we'll test it out there. Okay, so I'm out here in my garage. Now it's currently being illuminated by the garage door opener light. I have the Lumary UFO light mounted up here. So I'll press the power button on the remote. And now the light's on. So here we can see the center of the garage, super bright. Let me turn it off. Let's turn it back on. First we can adjust the brightness level. And I'm doing this all with the remote. If we want to go to 100%, we'll hit that. 3500 Kelvin, so that's warm. 5000 Kelvin, that's cool. Turn that off. We can also use the Lumary app. So I'll turn it on. Let's turn it to the white light. And we have brightness at 100%. Of course, I can turn that down. I can change it to warm. So if you're looking for a more relaxing light, you can have that dim warm light. Now it's actually pretty bright in here. Now this is a lower ceiling, it's probably 8 or 9 foot tall, and the light's hanging down, so the light is probably about 8 foot high. Let's say you were in a gym, if you had some kind of boot camp that was real high energy, you might have the lights turned up bright with that cool color temperature, and then maybe you have a relaxing yoga where you turn the lights down to the warmer, dimmer light. Or if you had this in a restaurant, during the day you might have brighter light, and then in the evening you might turn that light down. Of course, we can also use the assistant to control this, so I'm going to trigger with the button. Turn the UFO light to 34%. Change the color temperature of UFO light to cool. So having this hooked up to the Smart Assistant, we can do all the things like set up routines, scenes, schedules, and all those types of things. And with that hub, you can control this remotely. So say you get an alert on a camera at your gym, you can log into the app and turn all of the lights on to full brightness. So hopefully I can show how it was mounted here. I have a hook and I put it on the hook, and then I plugged it into a plug behind it. And that plug is not on a switch, so it was not ideal for plugging in a light, but this light doesn't need a switch because it has the remote control and the voice control. So that's the Lumary High Bay UFO LED light with Bluetooth and smart connectivity. If you're looking for a really bright light with lots of versatility, I think this is a great option. So these would be good in garages, warehouses, restaurants, gyms, other large locations. And the nice thing about these lights is they're super easy to install. You just have electricity, you plug into it, and then you can control it with your app or your voice assistant. You don't have to wire in special control circuits and such. It's all done wirelessly. Aside from that, it's super easy to use, has really nice bright light when you want it, and then you can dim it if you want those toned down occasions. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.